Hello, you lovely examples of gorgeousness. Good morning. It's Leslie, usually of the Not Quite Enough Yarn podcast, currently doing Vlogmas. Apologies for the light behind me. I think the room would be too dark without it. I was going to try and place my head so that I had a halo, but we'd all know that's false, so decided to just go with it. Hope everyone's well. As promised, haven't recorded much in the last couple of days. Since last putting a Vlogmas post up, I think I've done 3 funerals and visited 2 families. So lots of work, certainly not much Christmassy stuff. I did record the following whilst in the car yesterday. So I'm going to put that up here. And thank you for coming to my TED Talk. See you soon. Cheers. Bye-bye. Hello, lovely people. It's raining, not as heavily as it has been, but it is raining. I'm in a supermarket car park. And I'm going to touch on a subject that I talked about in last year's Vlogmas. And forgive me if I cover the same sort of area if you saw it last year, but it was very well received. And a lot of people found that it was quite helpful for them. And although I don't profess to have any wisdom to impart, if just repeating the same stuff helps someone, then that's something I'm more than willing to do. What I'm really thinking about at the moment is how Christmas isn't always great, and sometimes it's to be endured rather than enjoyed. And that's okay. We're surrounded by images of advertisements and promotions, and they all show Christmas to be this wonderful thing with people who love each other together. And even when there are ads that are trying to be more realistic and saying, oh, this person always arrives early and this person always tells the same joke, it's still happy and jolly. And sometimes that's not the case. So I just wanted to send a bit of love out there and just to remind myself, as well as everyone else, that it's okay not to be okay. And that if Christmas is a bit of a struggle, you're not alone. And if you need to spend Christmas alone, that's not the end of the world either. I hear so many people say, oh, you can't be on your own at Christmas. Well, why not? If you want to be, why not? If you don't want to be, I agree. It's terribly sad to be on your own when you don't want to be. That's not just at Christmas. If you're feeling lonely, then you're feeling lonely. It doesn't matter what day it is. It can be worse at Christmas, but, that's a different question. I've got 2 members of my family who know that they have standing and open invitations to any number of people, but they both choose to spend Christmas Day in their own homes on their own, doing their own thing. They might have the odd visitor pop in for a cup of coffee, but they don't want the big do. They just want to be in their own space, doing their own thing. And I don't blame them at all. I wouldn't have a problem with that myself. It's of getting away from the enforced jollity. And also, some of the people that we were expected to spend time with don't actually do us a lot of good. It's a rare person who has no one in their lives that doesn't wind them up. So it's perhaps better to not be with people that are not good for you and that cause you worry or anger or whatever it is they cause you. I don't feel as if I'm being terribly coherent, but I hope I'm getting the message across that if you are not having the best of times for whatever reason, please don't worry about it. It's just one day. It's just one Christmas. And there'll be others that are better. And if you really hate Christmas, that's fine too. There's a lot to hate about it. And I also appreciate that the people I'm talking to here are not the ones with a deep religious faith. If you feel that this is the time of year when you celebrate the birth of your Saviour, then your celebration is perhaps different. I'm thinking more about those, and there are many of us, I think, who celebrate Christmas because it's culturally and socially the thing that we do because of the country in which we live and the society in which we live. And it can sometimes feel a bit hollow and sometimes feel a bit pointlessly commercial. and all a bit empty. So if that's you, it's okay. It's fine. One thing I did come up with last year is I had reason to believe that my Christmas Day would not be as much fun as I'd originally planned. I was right. And so when I was meeting friends beforehand and catching up with people, I called them my mini Christmases because they were fun times spent with people I like. And that's all part of it. It doesn't all have to be focused on one day, one meal. There are other things happening. And again, you don't have to. If you don't want to, you can stay home and listen to music and watch TV and read books and just shut yourself away if that's what you want to do. That's tempting. But I think I'm just basically trying to say, be whatever it needs to be. Get through it in whatever way you need to get through it. And as it is just one day, you can be through it in 24 hours if it's not a fun time for you. If it's a great time, fantastic. Live every one of those 24 hours fully and enjoy them. And if it's not for you, it'll be over soon. So I just want to send a bit of hugs, love and support out there to anyone who is not looking forward to Christmas for whatever reason. And just hope you're all okay. Hope that if you need to take a bit of time away, give yourself a bit of space, that you have the opportunity to do so. And just wishing you all the best and a lot of peace and love and calm if that's what you're looking for. Thanks all.